We'll be finishing World War One. Yes, we'll be reaching the climax of World War One. First, the North America theater. The North America theater, most of these countries are not very strong, as well as all these strong countries in North America, besides the yellow country, was just being completely bodied by these countries right here. The yellow country will have to get out most of its troops out of this really weak country here, as well here. They are basically getting rid of all of the troops here. Meanwhile, the other country will continue to have its troops here. With the help of all of the other one-team countries, they're able to kick out the troops over here. This is a easy task as well here, as they're able to kick out almost every troop as well here, and also start a mini invasion here. The red country was the first country in the world, and they may get back its land in this war. They'll start to invade most of this very populated part of the lake area as well, avoiding the rural areas to avoid casualties. These guys over here are screwed. Yep, they are screwed. These guys are completely defeated. They fall completely to California and the Mexico country. They fall completely as well. There isn't really many people here to begin with. They're a very weak country as well here, but they completely fall. This country tree also as well continues to fall as well here. It seems that another major feeder may have won, as these countries both surrender as well here to the other side here. These countries will also surrender, as they are completely losing this war as well here. And now it's just these two big countries left as well. The Africa front, doesn't look too good now for the side as well here, as they're now finally able to invade this country right here. Here, the invasion of this country goes as planned, and they take over many of the populated populated areas on the coast as well. Also taking over this part of Mozambique, which is another very populated part of the colony as well here, as most of the rural areas are not very populated as well here. They're able to re-liberate California's colony right here, taking it back here. The Orange Country starts to do an invasion of the Antarctica territory. However, there is almost nobody here, so it's just small little invasions every now and then as well here, invading towards these areas as well here. With the help of the other country, of the the other two countries, the green colony starts to fight back against here. Their troops were mostly depleted. However, most of this country's troops are now being sent towards the main front lines as well here. It seems that one front is about to fall, the North America front here. Yep, this capital city is completely surrounded, and the leader surrenders the country to this side as well here. They completely surrender as well, leaving this country to completely leave this country as well here, as all of this side does a mass invasion as well here, and they start to basically this country is basically screwed. Yep, this country is basically screwed as well here, as yes, they do have a lot of land remaining, but their capital and the most populated region falls, and they surrender as well. So basically, the North America theater is over, which means the entirety of the Americas has been secured for the Allied powers as well. So no more threats in the Americas, which means all of the troops in North America are now able to fight in Europe which is the next easy front, as well as there's only a few major powers in Europe that are fighting, as Europe doesn't really have a lot of land, as it's mostly underwater. First is the French-esque country, as well. They are being invaded by with the help of North American troops as well, and they get all the way towards here. This country also is able to take out the French country also surrenders as well here. Here, basically, these countries defeated the French country and they surrendered. Yeah. This invasion will continue as well here, and these countries just completely leave the war. Yep. They make a behind closed doors peace deal, and they just completely leave the war. Yep. These two countries will not be as punished as severely as well here, and they will just outright leave the war, giving these countries a little bit more breathing room as well here. All troops will be here, and yeah, basically these countries are able to take back the land very easily, and the Scandinavian countries are now emboldened to finally fight back against this evil Scandinavian country as well here. So they will basically start a huge invasion as well here, taking out a lot of this land right here. This country will also continue to take out a lot of this land. However, it will be Greenland and the Orange country that will take the finishing blow. The Swedish government is basically taken out and arrested. The Swedish government basically sues for peace as well here. Yeah, and the country completely surrenders as well here. The African front completely collapses as well here. Here, and yeah, and basically this is a big blow to the saving of the for simplicity, we're just gonna do it like this. And it just leaves the Asian front as well. They're not gonna invade India, as it will take too much resources to invade India. However, this country completely leaves the war. They see there's no point in continuing. They broker a peace deal with China so they don't get punished too hard. This country completely surrenders as well here. And now it's the last countries that are remaining. The Central and East Asian countries as well. Since this Northern Chinese country surrenders as well here. With the help of the Orange country, they're able to push back the Maroon troops as well here. And these countries just say, you know what, we're leaving the war. We are leaving the war. We're not being a part of this. They completely leave the war. They won't be invaded, as they make broker a peace deal, because they just want to cash in to get more land as well here. They may still be punished like by sanctions or something as well. But the complete collapse of this front here. Also, this country is completely restored, and the brown country is kind of screwed, as there was only 2 countries left on the side. All of Team 2 has been either occupied or surrendered as well. And the invasion of this country will begin as well here. They will just leave the war, leaving the brown country all to themselves. Yep. The maroon/brown country is all to themselves, and they will basically annex this land here and basically broker a peace deal. They'll basically occupy the land still, but they'll basically broker a part of the peace deal as well here. To basically hopefully get a way less punishment here. However, they're not even gonna really invade through the vast wilderness here. They're just gonna invade right to the capital, and the leader surrenders And there we go. The war is over. What will be the peace deal for this war? So first, we'll be doing this massive maroon country first. Yeah. And basically, this country will gain a bit of all of this land here. These countries will not be punished that much. This country will lose this disputed territory right here to this country right here, and they will lose this land here, but they will not be punished too severely. However, the Norwegian country will be punished. The old countries right here do not really exist anymore. This country will gain some land here. This country will gain a bunch of its territory back as well here, and there'll be a new country created right around here, basically to hopefully prevent the ultra nationalism of this the Scandinavia country. Norwegia will still exist, and they will also not occupy that area, but they will still exist, and they will still just sit there. This French country will be forced to lose these islands right here, as well here. These islands will be a island chain-esque country. They'll still be able to retain these islands. However, this island chain is given independence as well as a kind of a peaceful country right here. So this country will exist as well here. The Northern Isles, however, will be given to this country right here. However, the Northern Isles will be given to Greenland as well here. And these islands will, and also, this country will gain a bit of land right here as well. The Blue Spanish country will also gain some land right here. And France will be split into two countries as well. They'll be split into two countries right here, and this other country will be a more friendly country, as well as the original French country is basically weakened so much that they can't really expand anymore. So yeah. How about, and then of course we get to North America as well. This land is too big to take, so they will basically annex they'll only take the useful regions. So this district right here, this country will just take most of this area here. A few new countries will be created as well, so they will exist here, and basically, hopefully, this will prevent here, and of course, we have to have a punishment for these countries right here. So California and Mexico will completely split this country right here. Since they were never a powerful country to begin with, here as well here, and they will be completely split into two. Yep, this country will no longer exist as well. This country will also have land taken away from them as well here. However, they will still retain their full sovereignty as well here. Basically retain the full land here as well. The Orange country will completely annex this country right here as well, giving them more land here. And they will basically take this land here and these islands right here. The Orange country will continue to expand as well here. And a lot of countries are not very too happy about the massive expansion the Orange country takes as well here, as they could have easily freed some of the very old countries, but again, most of these cultures do not really exist anymore. They have kind of been assimilated into the newer cultures as well here. This country, the red country, will gain back a lot of its land right here, as they were the victors here. And of course, a few new countries will be created as well here. So this country right here, and this country right here will be created as well here. Yeah, yeah. And also we have Africa to deal with as well here. Not Africa, South America. This colony that will be given independence as well here. So there were several districts though that are fighted between as well here to hopefully never unite the peoples here, kind of like how South America isn't as well here. Of course, this was done, without any regard to the peoples that live here themselves, and they just well, okay, I think we should do a slightly darker blue, you know, you know. But these free countries will now be created as free independent countries. Two, because of course they could easily just occupy it, but they're worried about overextending because, there's a lot of land to go over in this peace treaty. So these three countries will exist in South America. Then we have the complete division of the African territory. So this entire land will be divided. The Orange country will have the biggest say because they kind of turned the tide of the war as well in the favor of Team One. So so basically, Team One will have a complete monopoly over Africa as well here. Also, the Orange country will take over all of this land right here as well here. They will take over a bunch of this land here. This country will annex basically all of this area here. These islands here belong to the Spanish country as well here. And this country will gain this land, and this country will gain all of here. Yeah, it seems like a very unveiled peace deal, but considering the other country didn't really do much. Besides the California country did some part in and basically the Scandinavia country will lose all of its colonies as well here. Here, India will be given its independence as well. So India will be a singular country as well here. The dark green colony will be also be given independence as a part of this peace. This okay. This dark green country, also these islands, will also be a part of this dark green Sri Lanka country as well here. Here. Yeah, the capitals will be here and here respectively, as well here. Antarctica, well, let's do this. The old, split. Yeah, and basically this will be the peace treaty between these countries right here, and this country will completely relinquish all claims. This area will be given independence, however. It will be the dark green. It will be the first country in Antarctica to truly gain its independence, as they didn't really do anything. So they are a small, extremely weak country down here as well. Here, these islands will be given over to this Chinese country right here. Here, as sort of a kind of punishment as well. So the Chinese country will gain some land. This entire area will be annexed into here as well. Here, these two countries will not lose any land as they left the war. Same thing with this country up here. However, this northern Chinese country will be split here. So Korea will gain this amount of land. This Chinese country will gain this amount of land here. And this country right here will gain the rest as well here, completely eliminating this country right here as well here. And then what we do with the remainder of the this country right here. So, and this country out of respect will be gaining some land here. So this country will gain more land here. This country participated in the invasion a lot, so they will, despite leaving the war to because they wanted to receive a lesser punishment, they will still lose some land to this country as well here. No more land will be lost outside of that area, so they will. However, this country is going to be severely, severely punished. So this is, of course, one of the biggest countries in the world. However, they will be split into several countries as well here. And basically, there will be a treaty that will forbid them from ever united into this large Mongol-esque country as well here. Yeah. First are these three countries right here. Yeah, and basically this large as Mongol country. Yeah, um, this country will be given a lot more land. So yeah, but they will not be given a coastline. This country will of course gain this land here. And then this southern area will be split into several countries as well. So this is a dark orange country. They will be right here. This is a brown country, a dark brown country here. There will be another pink country right here as the piece. I think it's a yeah. It's purple. It's a purple country. I thought it was pink, dark pink, but nope. And this blue country right here. And basically, this will be the new map. The capital cities will be placed here. Here. But all of the major powers are allowed to remain, but they have been severely weakened as well, creating basically a new world order as well here. And yeah, and basically these large countries will be here, and yeah, bunch of new countries were created out of this here, and this was the first Great War in this series, and we'll probably have one or two more before humanity will have to face the big crisis as well. Yeah, but yep, that's this video here. Goodbye.